Hey, it's BLOCKTV. I'm Zachy Hennessy, and here's an idea that I had about blockchain and the environment. Now, people have a tendency to judge blockchain's energy usage by quoting large numbers that seem intimidating and wasteful in a vacuum, and focusing on those numbers without acknowledging the benefit that the technology gives at the cost of that energy usage. If I told you that I spend 5 hours a day on Reddit, you'd likely scoff. Scoff, you would say. 5 hours is much time. But if I told you that over the course of those 5 hours, I'm finding information for my work, I'm reaching out to potential interviews, and only sometimes posting my Back to the Future fan fiction starring me and Leia Thompson on a waterbed filled with lemonade, you might scoff a little quieter. Scoff, like a gentle scoff. Scoff. Besides that, critics have a tendency to lump blockchain and cryptocurrency together, not knowing that although the latter is dependent on the former is an independent technology that don't need no man or Bitcoin. There's a crucial difference between the two, and that's important. Now, earlier this year, IBM's Food Trust Project gained a new member, the Sustainable Shrimp Partnership, or SSP. What is the SSP? I'm glad you asked, because it sounds like it could be a group of super scientists working together to create a shrimp that is so strong and hardy that it can outlast the heat deaths of the universe. Not the case, unfortunately, but that's still pretty neat. The SSP is a group of leading companies with a mission, and this is from their website, quote, to drive the future of shrimp aquaculture to be a clean, sustainable, and successful practice for the world. Now listen, you can probably tell from looking at me, but I believe that a clean world is a better world, and although I prefer a world where we don't necessarily have to eat all these animals, I get that's not going to happen. So for now, I'll settle for animal farming that is as sustainable as possible. Now, even if you're not into the hippy-dippy stuff, more sustainable farming means more food in the long run. So really, it's just the smarter choice. So, how does the SSP plan to make their mission statement into a reality? With blockchain technology. Now, the plan is to have farmers and SSP members enter information about all their shrimp at each stage of the supply chain. That information will be logged onto the blockchain, and you, the consumer, will then be able to access that information when you're getting ready to buy those delicious sea bugs. And assuming you play along in helping the future of the shrimp farming industry and the species' longevity as a whole, you will get to buy the sustainably farmed option, invisible hand, blah, 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 shrimp live forever, the world is a better place. Now, while it isn't nearly akin to the energy usage of Bitcoin, for example, the shrimp chain is going to need nodes, and those nodes are going to suck some power. So the question is this: in the zero-sum game that is coexisting with the planet, what are we willing to exchange, and for what? Is the electricity consumption of the shrimp chain worth the longevity of the shrimp species as a whole? Is it worth the future expense of the shrimp farming industry and all of its boat fuel processing plant and yucky smell because the shrimp is basically the grossest food of all time? I don't know. But these are the kinds of questions that we should be asking. Rather than, is it using the same energy as a small village in the Czech Republic? Let's ask, is the product worth the same energy as a small village in the Czech Republic, both practically and ideologically? All this to say, while blockchain is using a lot of electricity, which in a vacuum is bad for the environment, maybe that electricity cost is worth the positive impact it makes on the environment, thanks to projects like SSP and others. Am I wrong? Let me know. I'm going to be on Reddit. I just finished a real spicy story involving Lorraine Baines and a lemonade bed. This one has Marty in it, so it gets really weird. It's BLOCKTV. Keep it locked.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.